What's good? Aloha, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Uncle Snug's Storytime. I'm Uncle Snugs. I've been telling a story on TikTok that started a few weeks back. Chapter 1 was a bad mistake that changed my life. Chapter 2 was what else could happen. And I ended with Chapter 3. It gets way worse, but don't worry, I survived. If you are here from TikTok, thank you very much. I promised you guys I would release more of the story once I hit 1,000 subscribers here, and we're really close. So, in an effort to get to that 1,000 mark, and because you guys have been so patient, I'm gonna tell some more of the story now. So, I appreciate your guys' patience, and thank you again for hitting that subscribe button. This is gonna be my first real attempt at telling one of my stories in a longer form and not having the ability to edit anything myself yet. I'm still learning. This is just going to be one long video right now. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And as we go along in this process and we get this channel going, these videos are going to be, edited and they're going to look a lot more nice. But the most important things are these stories. That's what you guys like. So if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about as far as this story is concerned, please go follow me on TikTok at Snuggalito, Snuggalito. It'll be in the description when I end this video. But just to give you a quick recap of where I'm going to start off, I was attacked by my stepson about 3 years ago. He was high on meth. He was trying to rob his uncle. I tried to stop him. He ended up breaking my knee. I ended up tearing both of my rotator cuffs, and he almost killed me. Uh, Ended up in the hospital. When I got out, my then wife, she was taking care of me, but in a very robotic fashion, and things got crazy. I ended up getting kidnapped from my house by her cousin so she could take care of me. There was a pedophile involved that I thought was cheating, that my wife was cheating with. Um, there's a ex-boyfriend. There's fictional characters. It's a crazy story, but I've been telling it because I want people to understand that I went through one of the craziest times of my life. I really almost died 4 times in the last 3 years. And I survived all of it, and I'm still going. And that's what I want people to understand about this story, is that while I'm telling you all these crazy things that have happened and the crazy scenarios and all of it, I want you to remember that all this is happening while I have a broken knee. I can only use my right arm partially. And then I have my right leg. My right leg is the only limb I have that is not damaged. So while all of these crazy things are going on and I'm in this emotional and physical turmoil, I'm still surviving it. And so when you guys are facing something that you don't think that you can get past, just remember, you have survived 100% of your worst days. So keep going. All right, now, for everyone who's been waiting, back to the story. So I think I left off, I had just found the voicemails, the voice recordings that our phone had kept, because when you do voice text, it saves recordings of your voice in your Google account if you don't have your settings turned off. And so I find these messages, and in one of them, she's saying how they hadn't seen each other in years. And then another one was how she still finds him very attractive from the pictures he sent. And I'm just bugged out, you know. I can't ask her any questions because she put a TRO on me. Again, go check out my TikTok to get caught up. Um, and it's been really kind of hard to tell this story because there's so many things going on at the same time. So try to stick with me. After I hear these recordings, I'm obviously trying to figure out who it is. I thought it was, I called him Chemo in my story, who is the sex offender that she is friends with for some reason. Um, then I thought it was her ex-boyfriend, simply for the fact that she had mentioned him throughout our 10-year marriage, and I knew that she still had a little thing for him. And then I heard a voice recording of her getting really upset about something that I had said. She was telling someone, "How dare I say?" At one point of in an argument that we were having while I was in the bathroom, while I was trying to ask her to help me take a shower, the way she was acting, I told her I felt like a prisoner of war. And I don't know why I said that. It just was in the midst of a emotional fight and the craziness of everything that was happening. But she was, I found a recording of her telling somebody, "How dare I say something like that?" Because, you know, there's people that are on the front lines who are actually risking their lives. And I just found that strange because, I mean, we're both as patriotic as the next person, but I've never heard her defend the military or our military personnel like that. And then I remembered again, wait, her ex, Wilbur, he was in the military. So, anyways, I start downloading these apps to try to, just like find someone, like search apps or whatever, to try to see if I can find the ex boyfriend to get a hold of him. Meanwhile, the date to the court date is coming up, so that I can tell the judge my side of the story and hopefully get this temporary restraining order taken off of me. So while all this is going on, I'm calling my friends and I'm asking them if they could do me a favor. I've never been through anything like this before, and all I really have is my word. So I asked my friends and different people who have known me for a really long time if they could write, what do you call that? Character letters. Just put down how they know me and what kind of person that they've known me to be throughout our relationship. And I got something like 25 people to write these beautiful letters, which couldn't be more opposite than what she had written down about the kind of person that I was. So I was super thankful and super grateful for all of those people who did that for me. What else is going on at this time? Um, oh, I I couldn't work my regular job, which was Uber, my main job, because she had my car and I wasn't supposed to be driving anyway. I wasn't supposed to be out of bed, but I was hopping around on one leg, using a car that I had borrowed, throwing a wheelchair in and out of the back of it, using the car and just hopping along the side of it, getting in. There's no way that I could have driven Uber even if I had my car, which I didn't because she had it. And with the TRO in place, There's nothing I could do. But I was also taking care of this little old lady. I'm going to call her Flash because that's what I nicknamed her. She was like 97, 98 years old. And I had met her, I actually met her through an Uber ride. And we got to talking, and she told me that she needed some help with a personal driver and somebody to take her to doctor's appointments and help her do grocery shopping and stuff. So um, I was working for her while I was working for Uber, and while all this is happening, I was running out of money, and so I called her, and she was really worried about me because I had kind of just disappeared on her. Um, I got a hold of her, and she needed me to run some errands. So while all this is going on, I'm now kind of back to work with her, taking her to visit her husband, who has had late stage Parkinson's and was in hospice. I would take her up there and take her to get food and just whatever. So, this is the way the next 2 weeks went, or until the court date. Right before the court date, though, one of the apps that I was using actually gave me a number that I thought was his, and I text the number and said, I forget exactly what I said, but I asked if it was Wilbur. I told him who I was and that I needed some help. Turned out that I was close. It was actually Wilbur's daughter, I think. But he calls me the next day all upset and who are you, why are you calling me, whatever. And then I explained to him, who I am and if he was talking to my wife. And he said no. I said, okay. Um, are you sure? Because I really feel like it's you. Nope, it's not me. Okay, whatever. And then I told him about the emails and stuff that I had found, the copies, and just how I don't know what what my wife was up to, but some of those screenshots and emails were actually from medical files because she had worked at a hospital here, and she had taken screenshots of him and his family's medical information, which is a HIPAA violation, I'm pretty sure. But it was just like the information page or whatever with their addresses and phone numbers and stuff. And I told him, I don't know if you knew that she had all this stuff, but I don't know, she might be, if she's a stalker. I don't know what's going on with her, but just be on the lookout. And that was kind of it. And then so I still don't know who it is. I'm kind of going nuts. I haven't seen my daughter. Then we get to the court date. I go to court, and I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. See. Also during this time, I was so pissed off at her for making this bullshit TRO on me that I filed a TRO against her. And the things I put on it was I was concerned for my daughter's safety, that she was friends with this sex offender that had just gotten out of prison, that she was just making up these lies, and I thought that she had had a full mental breakdown. So because I had filed a TRO against her as well, when we got to court, the two TROs against each other got CPS involved. So since CPS had to be involved, the case got extended automatically. So before court ended, I asked the judge if I could see my daughter. I told him, look at me. I'm in a wheelchair. All of this is untrue, and I need to be able to see my daughter. And he was about to say no. And I told her I would like even like supervised visitation. I need to see my daughter. You know, at this point, I was a stay-at-home dad, pretty much. I was with my daughter from the time she was born until I started taking her to school, preschool, and that was the only time that I wasn't around her really was when she was in school up until this point. And so he agreed for supervised visitation, and it actually got worked out where, again, out of the kindness of her heart, my ex-wife allowed one of my friends that she trusted to be the supervisor. So yeah, it was fucked up, but at least after the court, I got to see her. I think it was twice a week or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was still fucked up. And CPS did their investigation and everything, and they didn't find any. There was nothing. They didn't find anything. So, but unfortunately, the court case got extended for a few more weeks, and so now I'm at Gary's house. I don't want to be there anymore. This court case has got extended. There's no way that I'm going to be able to rescue our marriage. It's over. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do as far as a permanent living situation. And so, with all this craziness that's going on, I can't think straight. I'm losing my mind trying to figure out who my wife is having an affair with. I'm trying to take care of this old lady so I can, earn some money. It was so fucked up. But then I ran into a friend. We'll call him Bobo. My friend Bobo roommate had just moved out and had a room for rent, and he told me that if I needed a place to stay, that the rent was $500 a month, and he understood my situation, and I could stay there the first 2 months rent free, just to get myself together. So I was like, hell yeah, thank you so much, Bobo. And that's where this story starts to take a little turn. I'm gonna end here, and again, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll start telling you the best parts of this story. Please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Snuggalito, and I will see you next time. Until next vibe, aloha.